because I already made my porn and cigarettes joke.
Welcome! Hey!
Welcome! Trev, Review Everything Live. I'm Jake.
And I'm Trev. And you're joining us here, week 19. Man, I don't understand. Every week we get here and we progress one number farther. It's crazy.
We do.
I feel like we're leveling up every week along with you guys. We're leveling up as hosts. You're leveling up as guests. It's a win-win.
Can I open really
Whoa! Quick? He's ready for action.
I got a new shirt.
He's got a new shirt. Look at that.
It's
take a good long
It's from
look.
Silent Hill. Revelations. Gross. But it's got creepy nurses on it, so you know.
Creepy nurses, a hallmark of the Silent Hill series. Nice shirt.
The movie was a mess and terrible and awful. Hilarious though.
Mm-hmm.
And also, there was one creepy. There was a spider made of dolls.
Mm-hmm.
That was horrifying.
Doll spider.
Yeah, horrifying.
It's nightmare fuel. It's nightmare fuel. Here we are. We got some good stuff for you here.
Okay.
No, hold on now. You can't keep interrupting me while I
sorry.
try to start the show.
Okay, you go.
I'm
go
trying
ahead.
to start the show, and you just...
Oh my God, just do it. Just do it.
We got some great stuff for you guys. We got some questions. We got a poll. If you are watching this as a recorded broadcast, this poll is useless to you, but we're trying to figure out what are we going to do the Let's Play for.
Yeah.
We're looking at doing a Let's Play here.
If you're just joining us, do the thing.
Do the thing. Go to the poll. Give us your polls.
Yeah.
But we got some good stuff to talk about tonight. But I guess Jake was just exploding with excitement. What do you got for us, Jake?
Pat Millison asks, what does the fox say? I honestly don't know what this meme is about. I think it has to do with the song. Do you know? I have no idea.
What does the fox say? No.
Yeah.
No, not
Is that like a joke? I don't get it. I am out of the loop. This is like the worst.
Some say the gray fox exists, but I think he's just an urban legend. It's something the local city guards, the Imperial City Guards, use to try to, put pressure off of them whenever a mysterious theft goes unexplained. It was the gray fox.
Oh, I thought you were talking from Foxhound.
No, that's a different gray fox. Although, I would like to point out that Players of Oblivion, if the gray fox was then replaced with gray fox from the Metal Gear Solid series, well, that'd be a whole nother game.
That would be.
It'd be one I'd want to play.
The person with the sniper rifle in a land filled with arrows and swords would be Queen in this case. Mm-hmm. But, yeah.
In any case, okay, so let's start with a question we got already in the chat. Scroll down to it. I forget. There's too many things going through my head. I got so many things to talk about, you guys.
This is that is a huge. I mean, I could write a book about this.
Okay,
Miron38 says favorite games of PS2, Xbox, GameCube generation.
Let me throw one out there right away. Mm-hmm. Comes right to the front of my mind. We used to play it on your Xbox all the time. Mm-hmm. Def Jam Fight for New York.
Oh my God, I love that game.
Oh, it's one of the best.
It's a dirty pleasure. It's a dirty pleasure because wrestling games are kind of dime a dozen. They're kind of like sports games. There's a new one every year. Mm-hmm. But this one's wrestling with rappers.
It's wrestling with rappers.
And other famous personalities.
The Def Jam crew. You got Wu-Tang Clan members in
They
there.
ain't nothing to fuck with.
No. Listen, guys, he wasn't as big a deal as he was today, but you all know Machete, Danny Trejo.
Totally in the game.
Danny Trejo is in the game.
And he plays a bad guy.
And he's listed as just Trejo.
Yeah.
He plays himself. Guys, look. The actor who plays Machete... I don't think I'm explaining it well enough.
Danny Trejo plays himself as a bad guy.
As a thug in this criminal empire, and you fight him in the subway. And you can dispatch him by throwing him in front of the subway train as it comes into station. It's amazing! Awesome game. Nobody talks about it anymore.
I love it. I love it! I'm sorry, I can't see the... the mic is...
The mic was in Jake's way the whole time.
It was. Actually, no, I have an idea. Keep talking.
Oh my, he's trolling.
Keep
now.
talking.
Also, interesting note, one of my other favorite games of the Xbox generation.
Ha! Fixed it! Can you still hear us?
Probably. Can you still hear us okay, guys? I'm assuming you can. But
that'll work.
Other favorite game of the Xbox generation, Tiger Woods PGA Tour 03
specifically.
Mm-hmm. It was awesome.
Because it had Justin Timberlake and his alter ego, the Hustler.
Right. And Jake and I are, you may not know this about us, but we are some prolific Tiger Woods 03 players. We are just sinking holes in one, getting eagles, getting fucking, what are they, albatrosses? They had to make up words. They had to make up words for how awesome our shots were. It was incredible.
They were so awesome we had to wear them around our neck.
We filled their eyes with tiger vision. It was incredible.
Oh, yeah. PS2, man, like PS2, Xbox, GameCube, wasn't a huge GameCube player. Double Dash and Mario Kart Double Dash and Brawl are the ones from GameCube that come to mind.
Double Dash was alien and confusing to me.
Well, yeah, because you had to play like two people.
Oh, wait, no, and Resident Evil 4 for the GameCube.
Oh god, so good. Better on the Wii. I'm gonna say this right now. If you haven't played 4, play it on the Wii.
It's pretty neat. The motion control actually really adds something to it.
Yeah, it's one of the only Wii games where I really felt like they did 110% with the motion controls. Silent Hill 2. Mm-hmm. Holy shit, that was a good game.
Oh yeah, no, that was really awesome. Silent Hill. No, we were actually talking about what games we were going to put up on the poll, which we'll check in just a second.
But neither of us have any copies.
We don't have any Silent Hill games, so it's right out of the running.
Which sucks. Mm-hmm. But,
Okay. So, let's see what else is going on in the chat here.
I got it.
Whoa, okay, well, Jake.
Crossing over into my space, brah.
Yeah, I guess I am. Wow, 5 new. Wow, people are just jumping in here.
Oh, poll? Let's see, the poll options, if you can't see the poll, are Resident Evil 2, Metal Gear for the NES, Fallout 3 or Fallout New Vegas, our discretion, DuckTales, and Blood Omen Legacy of Kain.
All excellent games.
Oh, absolutely.
All worth our time. And worth your time to watch us play them and make quips. Look, guys, I mean, you're here every week because you like the quips. They love the quips.
Oh, they love them.
They love the quips. They love the repartee. Now, imagine that's happening while one of us is playing the game and the other one's just kind of fucking around with the other guy, trying to make him, get hit by enemies or lose or whatever. Except we're cooperating, so not really. So, that's...
All right. Let's see.
Someone is explaining the fox.
The fox thing is an awful viral video. Ilvis the fox. Can't link it in here. Yeah, they probably won't let you link in the chat. That was from Lindsay Martin. And Patrick Milson says, check it out on YouTube. Just type it in. All right, well, let's...
amazing.
Right here, live. Neither of us know what this is, so you'll probably get a kick out of our reaction.
We're watching What Does the Fox Say? Elvis.
What does the fox say?
It's a music video. So we reserve the right to abandon this at any point and go back to the regular part of the show. I'm going to turn this down just a little.
Hold on, I got it. Oh, you got it. Dog goes woo, cat goes mouse goes woo, cow goes woo, frog goes croak, and the elephant goes toot. Toot?
Does it? I don't remember that on the little, speak dial thing. Does it?
This looks Swedish or... Oh, good lord.
I hope that's not what foxes actually say, because now I'm scared of foxes.
What is this, The Mask? Okay, it's done.
Wow. Alright, well, that's certainly a viral video.
Yeah.
And it's educational. So, yeah. I mean,
I guess I never really knew what the fox said until now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ring-a-ding-a-ding-ding-a-ding-a-ding, apparently. Okay, so check that out on your own time, guys. We're going to check it out a little bit more thoroughly maybe on ours. But, okay. So, what is your favorite character from Borderlands 1/2? I'd probably say mine's Ivan, The merchant. That's his name, right? Ivan.
No.
What's his fucking?
Marcus.
Marcus.
He's
got that thick Russian, stereotypical Russian accent. So you'll forgive me if I presumed his name was Ivan, but yeah, Marcus, the weapons refunds. Merchant. No refunds.
He is pretty awesome.
He drives the bus on the way in. It was colorful. It was colorful. He had a lot more characterization in many ways than any of the actual characters from Borderlands 1.
Favorite character. That's tough. They're all. I really like Tiny Tina from 2. She was pretty hilarious. I don't know if you've played 2 at all.
Nope. I don't play 1.
She's a hyperactive child that tortures and blows up raiders and things of that nature.
Oh, weird.
She has tea parties and fights giant bugs, and it's very funny. She has a lot of good dialogue.
No, Borderlands, I got it and then got rid of it eventually because it was taking an enormous amount of investment, and I was kind of getting frustrated with the weapon system. Everybody was talking about how great it was that you had so many guns to choose from, and it was just kind of stupid for me.
Okay. I'm not going to argue with your opinion.
Well, okay, look, I'm not saying I don't want a big variety, but there becomes a point where your variety is so much and you're, spending so much time, you're checking your stats against other stats and everything. It's like, can I just fucking play the game without having a serious concern of passing something up here?
I always did the color-coded method.
Just go.
Which isn't necessarily the right thing to do, but they're all color coded, and yellow and orange were
right.
At least
it's kind of like a World of Warcraft sort of deal.
Right. But not necessarily the stats are the best, but they'd have buffs and stuff, special buffs if you got unique legendary weapons.
Right.
So I always just did that. I basically held on to my legendary weapons, and when I would get other stuff, I'd sell it and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So. You just it's a little overwhelming, but then again, you've played Fallout 3 and New Vegas, and there is a lot of
it's a little simpler, don't you think?
you got to pick stuff up, and you got to make sure that you are carrying your weight, and then you got to go someplace to sell your stuff, or you have to drop it in a box somewhere, or you have to there's inventory management just as much as there is in Borderlands.
Well, yeah, I guess I see your point, but I don't care for the way that the concerns of inventory management in Borderlands compared to Fallout.
That's fair. I think they're the same amount, though. Maybe.
Well, it's different types. In Borderlands, you have that whole kind of slot method, and in Fallout, you have your weight carrying capacity method.
Yeah.
And it kind of fits. And then kind of switching gears just a touch, over in Resident Evil 4. Remember how we were always loving the way you can do the attaché case?
The case with the squares.
Right, you do your attaché, the way you want. You set it up professional like.
Oh yeah, we talked about this in the Resident Evil video.
I don't know if it actually did that make it into the episode. Yeah, I think that was some cut content.
No, that wasn't cut.
Okay, but yeah, no, I love that.
It was episode 5, right?
Yeah.
Episode 5, Jake and Trev review everything, season 1, Resident Evil review for the PlayStation 1.
Whenever I hear people, I'm going to say it again. Probably already said it word for word like this in the video, but I stand by it. Anytime I find out someone's playing Resident Evil 4, I say, "Can you turn it on? I'd like to see your inventory. I would like to see your setup." Some people, they get you got all your grenades over on the one side and your weapon, all your ammo stacked nicely, in a line, color coded. You wouldn't have your Magnum gun bullets in between your shotgun bullets.
No, that's dumb.
That's stupid.
I always put them in a row, but I always have them organized.
Right.
Maybe I've said.
So what do we got here in the poll?
Oh, we got 2 votes for DuckTales now.
Oh, man.
Trailed by Resident Evil with 1 vote and Metal Gear with 1 vote. If you are joining us right now, we're still having the poll for 5 games. 5 games are Resident Evil 2, Metal Gear, Fallout 3 or Fallout New Vegas, DuckTales, and Blood Omen Legacy of Kain. If you want to see us play any of those games, go on over to the poll and vote.
Let us know which you would prefer.
So, going right into the news!
We're going to some news here. Frasier Crane. Everyone loves Frasier Crane. Seattle has a Frasier Crane Day. Not really. That only happened on the show. Let me talk about it.
Wait, that happened on the show?
Yes. Okay, I'm going to joke and call it a dark time in my life. Not really. But as you guys may know, I don't have cable television, so I just kind of watch what's on Netflix. And for a while there, I'd, just sit on my laptop and then put Frasier on. And so I ran through 7 seasons of Frasier over a course of a month or two doing that. So
tell me, did his brother and his maid end up together?
Spoilers. No, yes, they do. As a matter of fact, if you haven't
Niles Crane,
and
Daphne.
Daphne was going to marry someone else, and then Niles went to her right at the 0 hour, and then they ran away together. It was pretty romantic, Jake. It gave me the feels. But it was good stuff. But anyway, that was a long tangent.
Way off topic.
Kelsey Grammer, Frasier Crane, TV's Frasier Crane. Kelsey Grammer has usurped Nicolas Cage as the mercenary leader in the Expendables 3. This Expendable, it's a showpiece. It's like a big dog and pony show.
Obviously,
let's get
the Expendables is just, hey, remember these action stars? But Kelsey Grammer, I don't know. Nicolas Cage was never really, he was in Drive Angry.
Sure.
I honestly can't think of
any, let's be
Nicolas
fair.
Cage.
He was in Face Off. He was in The Rock. He was
Con
in
Air.
Con Air.
Okay,
he is an action star. It's fair.
Suppose.
But he's been usurped by Kelsey Grammer.
That's fucked up.
Here's the thing.
I'm sure Kelsey Grammer, Trevor and I were talking about it. He swayed me. Kelsey Grammer can probably play a paramilitary guy.
I can imagine Kelsey Grammer as being a colonel or something in the military if they were to cast him like that. And then, it's what do you think a mercenary is? An ex-military man. Some ex-colonel from some special forces unit or whatever goes and becomes a mercenary. So I can buy it.
Yeah.
I believe it. But, the thing about it is, he played Frasier Crane on TV for goddamn near 20 years. Between Cheers and the Frasier Crane show, it was just called Frasier. I'm going to call it the
Frasier Crane show.
But between Cheers...
The Frasier Crane from Cheers show.
Between those two shows, he was on TV for a long time as one character. And when you play a character that long, it's kind of hard to escape the gravity of the character.
Yeah, especially when you show up in a movie in a big blue fuzzy suit.
Well, Jake, he has been fighting for mutant equality since the day you were before the day you were born. So, so I guess I can see it. There's a program he's on where he's kind of a real bad guy now. It's called The Boss, I believe. Have you heard anything about this? Have you seen this? Have you heard about this? I really haven't. Other people have said you should check out The Boss. Apparently, it's kind of interesting watching Kelsey Grammer kind of take on a much more villainous role from what people are telling me. Certainly no Walter White. But, by the way, I'm not caught up on Breaking Bad, but I have seen the internetosphere explode with Breaking Bad, discussion threads, and I can't believe what happened last week, and it's, I can't wait to get there. Someday. So I'm trying to keep my head down on the subject.
This is we got a lot of shit to pay attention to, so don't.
Yeah, if we're not up on your favorite project, don't take it as a thing that we're not interested in it or connecting with you.
If I could watch everything at once,
oh man,
I totally would.
We could be watching everything all at once. We'd be able to talk
just like a wall of screens.
We'd be able to talk about all the things, but we can't talk about all the things. But we can
talk
try.
We can talk about a fair amount of things, an above average amount of things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let me touch on this one really quick.
Sure.
Jerry Bruckheimer.
We mentioned this the other week.
Yeah.
A story connected with Jeremy Bruckheimer.
Jeremy? Jerry.
Is it Jerry?
Jerry Bruckheimer.
I thought it was Jeremy Bruckheimer.
No, it's Jerry.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jerry Bruckheimer.
Jerry.
Not Jeremy. I don't know if we talked about that. No, I don't think we did. I think I posted it on the Facebook page. Apparently, Jerry Bruckheimer dropped the ball with Gore Verbinski, and they made The Lone Ranger, and it sucked, and nobody wanted to see it. And now they're like, well, we better not use any other IP, so we gotta go back to the old toy box.
Well, the
old toy chest.
The other week I brought up have you seen this? Have you heard about this? About how Disney has pushed back the production of Pirates 5?
Yeah. But this is like a follow up.
Sure.
Because he was talking.
That's what I was saying. This is connected. This is a connected story.
Yeah. He wants to make Bad Boys 3.
Look at this fucking guy.
This fucking guy. He wants to make Bad Boys 3. Top Gun 2.
Yeah, that's timely.
Apparently is attached to National Treasures 3. And also, I was reading an article, I think it was linked from Rotten Tomatoes, I don't remember the site, I'm sorry. They were talking about, should Disney break up with Bruckheimer?
Were they together?
It's like, are you... Oh, God. Oh, yeah, I'm not excited for any of these sequels. Top Gun 2? Really? Top Gun 2? I mean, there's a NES Top Gun 2. That's good enough for me. Fly around and pew, 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 pew. But let's be serious here. So he didn't, he went as a producer, he went way over fucking budget on Lone Ranger. And that's part of the reason that they're scaling back a lot of their productions. I think Disney is pumping most of their money into Star Wars and a lot of kids' movies right now. Obviously, because it's Disney, kids' movies. Surprise! But basically, the article is like, maybe Bruckheimer needs to get the fuck out.
Star Wars is kids' movies.
Oh, yeah. Trade federations and decapitations.
For kids.
For kids. But, yeah. I don't know how you guys feel about it. I've seen some of the Pirates movies. They were alright. I don't understand why they're just...
4 was surprisingly good. 4 was surprisingly good.
The thing that always bugged me was that, it's one of those movies where you don't really... everybody remembers the sidekick, but never the main character. Star Wars.
Han Solo?
Han Solo. Yeah, everybody loves Han Solo. Luke Skywalker's kind of a whiny bitch.
Yeah. I mean, isn't that weird when you think about it, really? I think the central character of the first Pirates of the Caribbean, which I think is what you're saying, was supposed to be Will Turner.
Yeah.
And then everyone just latched on to...
And I'm not Natalie Portman.
Oh, yeah. What's her face? But, no, it's, I don't know. We've talked about the whole kind of area about how much movies are costing versus how much they're getting back.
Ransom Cole, I just want to step in here and say that Down Periscope was the shit.
Down what?
Down Periscope. Frasier, he was in Down Periscope.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
That was a weird couple of years because they did that and...
Well, he was trying to get out of the freight. That's what I'm saying. He's trying to escape the gravity well.
He got to steer a submarine. That was fun.
Well, he commanded a submarine, Jake. If you're gonna talk about
okay. But let's be fair. It did have Rob Schneider, so it gets a couple negative points for that.
Yeah, but they threw him overboard. So then they get twice as many points back.
Wait, no, Overboard was a different movie.
Yeah, with Goldie Hawn.
Yeah.
And Rob Schneider. Okay, look. No, we've been talking about this for a long time on the show, about the state of the industry, movies in particular. They're costing too much money to make because they're trying to make them spectacles.
These movies really in with that big budget. Don't think they won't.
Right. Now... The thing is, there's a different industry that's kind of on top of things right now in terms of, making ridiculous amounts of money.
Ridiculously huge amounts of money.
Jake, how much money did Grand Theft Auto 5 make yesterday?
Do you want to know how much it made yesterday?
I want to know. Do you? Do you guys? I know you do.
All right. Let's play a game here, and we'll move on for a couple minutes, but without looking, don't cheat. Without looking, how much do you think the new Grand Theft Auto 5, how much do you think it made opening day? Opening day. The day it was released, and everybody went out and hung out at GameStop until they opened at midnight. Or Walmart, or, an alley. Wherever.
Wherever your video game dealer may be.
You need a video game dealer?
No, I'm all set. I got a guy.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay.
I'm not into that. I'm not into that.
Oh, you got good video games? Okay, whatever.
Well,
don't judge me.
Look, it's just a little hardcore, Jake. I'm kind of scared. I'm a little scared. You've been picking up more games lately. And
what is this, an intervention?
No. I mean,
Oh!
Me and these 7 people are not, here to attack you, Jake. We're here to make you feel safe. And we're here to make you feel loved.
I'm not getting rid of my video games.
Jake, we gotta talk. We gotta talk.
Okay. I realize that I have a problem. I'm going to go out to my car and grab something, and I'll be right back.
Well, no, hold on now, Jake. No, Jake! No! Guys, he's gonna go play. He's gonna go boot up Kingsfield right now and start playing it. It's the saddest thing I've ever seen.
I'm boot up Kingsfield.
Booting up Kingsfield.
Ugh.
Oh God, some awful stuff. No, I watched Jake play Kingsfield, and what's the other game that's just like Kingsfield?
Kingsfield 2.
Okay, what's the other one?
Shadow Tower. Okay, now I've watched Jake play these games, and I beat them both like twice.
It's the most boring thing I've ever seen. It's like Jake walks forward. He walks forward for a little while, and then he fights a skeleton and gets killed, and he has to start over. That's the entire game as far as I've ever seen it.
Well, the victories that you get. Okay, that's the thing. Kingsfield 1, 2, and Shadow Tower were all made by fucking shit. ASCII Entertainment. I believe that's what it was. And they created the Demon Souls and Dark Souls games. And it's the games that everybody's like, it's really hard, but fun! That's how I feel about Kingsfield 2 and Shadow Tower. They're really hard. Mm-hmm. And when you finally do get somewhere, even if it's a shitty somewhere, it has a sense of accomplishment built right into it. Mm-hmm. It's awesome. No maps. Well, some maps. No holding hands, no telling you where to go. Text you can barely read. You have to figure it all out on your own. And when you finally do, you feel like a fucking genius. I love it. Let's see. Yeah, Phyllis Peterson says, what do you know about the new Sleepy Hollow movie? Good or nay? Actually, it's a TV show. TV show? Yeah. The new Sleepy Hollow is a TV show. I believe it's on Fox. And is it? Let me guess. It's a gothic detective series. Pretty much, yeah. Oh boy. As far as I've heard, I don't know. It's just another one of those things that I feel like there have been far too many adaptations of. And as a setting, remember, guys, there's one story that happened classically in Sleepy Hollow. It's the Headless Horseman. Yeah. How's that a TV series? I mean, okay, if you were to come to me with a pile of money and say, Trevor, can you think of a way to make this into a TV series to stretch this plot out? All sorts of crazy blood rituals and monsters. Fucking, there's a ghoulies. I'm gonna go. Let's play a game. Somebody here watch that show, and you report back to me about it. It's a long game. It's a long game. It's the long game. But I'm going to go ahead and say right now, there is definitely either a coven of witches or a cabal of sorcerers. Or there's a serial killer. There's also probably a serial killer who may or may not be a ghost. I'm going to go on an extra limb here and say that there's one ghost serial killer and one non-ghost serial killer. So you're going to have it all. You'll have it all. So you let me know if my predictions are correct on that. But if you don't have our show to watch on any given night, I don't know what to do for you. I can do nothing for you, son. I can do nothing for you, son. No, but Sleepy Hollow, it might be worth a shot, but I've seen it. I've seen it all. There's one thing. There's a dude with a pumpkin on his head. Not to be confused with Pumpkinhead. That's another thing. And you cannot get more definitive than the Christopher Walken Headless Horseman. You got those teeth? Sure. Great stuff. Negative points for its inclusion of Johnny Depp. Okay, so going back to Grand Theft Auto, Lindsay Martin says 7 gagillion, and Ransom Cole says, you mean the fake radio station game that made 8 million in one day? 800 million. Oh, I'm sorry. 800 million? Yeah. I'm almost certain that's how much it made. GTA 5. Wow, you're terrible at typing. Sometimes. Yep. Front page on IGN. First thing after typing GTA 5 into the Googles, you get GTA 5 makes 800 million in one day. Wow.
That's more than Man of Steel.
Mm-hmm. The funny thing, though, is that GTA 5 was made for about $115 million budget, and they spent $150 million to advertise it. Yeah. They spent more to get it.
How much advertising does a game like GTA 5 really need?
Do you like GTA? Here's a new game.
Here's the new one!
You could
buy it!
You could pay like one person in every city to just tell people, like, hey, you know what I heard?
GTA 5's coming out. It will get around.
It's like $2,000.
No, maybe
you need PR. Do you need PR Rockstar Games? Because we can be your PR.
Jake and Trev.
You want to give us $150 million?
PR masterminds.
We will get it out there.
We'll get the word out and we'll give you the best money for your fucking dollar, you know? Nicky Manti says Grand Theft Auto 5 is awesome.
I really want to try it. I like 4 a lot. Not a lot of people that I know really like 4 all that much.
Hey, let's open it up again a little bit to some discussion in the chat. And we'll talk about some other things while you guys respond. What do you guys think concerning Grand Theft Auto 5? There was kind of a big backlash a little while ago. People were raising the question, how come there's no female protagonists in the game? You got 3 protagonists in Grand Theft Auto 5. No, you don't. What?
They are not protagonists in the sense that they are.
They're the characters. They're the characters you follow their perspective.
Playable characters.
They're your playable characters. So your playable characters are all men. You have 3 of them. Why not a lady? Does this bother you? Do you think that it ought to be there? Do you think it was a sexist decision? What do you guys think? We'd like to hear. We'd like to hear your comments. We'll read them live on the air here on KJ&TREL.
Apparently,
that's too many letters for a call sign.
Apparently, my dad says we were right on everything but the ghosts. There's no serial killer ghost.
Oh,
there is a serial killer, so it's half right. I'll take 50%. That's fine.
Man, I really wanted a serial killer ghost.
Man, or maybe the serial killer kills ghosts.
Ransom Cole says Ichabod Crane becomes a food-loving detective with a quirky personality disorder. Ooh, quirky.
Wait, I thought they were putting Chew on the TCM? No, not Turn. What the fuck?
What is
AMC. It? AMC. That's the... Because they're both Image. Todd McFarlane. Hey, we want movies. You already got The Walking Dead, and you're doing the Chew.
Grand Theft Auto 5 is awesome. The graphics are amazing. I'm sure. I'm a little surprised that, with the next generation on the cusp here, but then again, I'm sure this has been in development for so long that to just remake it for that architecture entirely would take a long time.
Yeah. All right, so far we have 2 votes for DuckTales for our Let's Play. We got 2 votes for Metal Gear. Corey gave us one in the chat. He said he couldn't get to the poll. And we have 1 for Resident Evil 2. If you haven't voted in the poll yet, head on over to the poll to vote for what game you think that we should play on our Let's Play video. Mm-hmm. All right. So, news. More news.
Okay.
Hold on. I want to pick one. Oh, we have questions.
We do have questions.
Let's do the questions, and then we'll go back to news.
Phyllis Peterson, and Phyllis, this is just the best question you've or anyone has ever written for us. So thank you, Phyllis Peterson. Trevor and Jake, why the heck are you both so charming, quick-witted, and adorable? Not to mention hosts of the most entertaining live show that she's ever seen. You guys are great.
Thanks, Trevor's mom.
Thanks, my mom.
That was very nice.
Well, how come we are all those things, Jake?
Why does the sun shine? Why is the sky blue?
Why is water wet? Some things don't need to be answered.
Why ask why? Drink.
We're the lucky ones.
Why ask why? Watch Jake and Trev review everything.
That doesn't rhyme.
I don't care.
And it doesn't have to. That's how good hosts we are. We don't have to make sense all the time.
Finger guns!
We don't have to make things symmetrical. Symmetry is overrated, you guys. Honestly.
Yeah.
But thanks for the question. And that's why.
And from Trevor's mom to my dad, what was the first character from comic books that you read as a kid that got you interested in comic books? I 2 characters come to mind. First one, Spider-Ham.
Yeah?
Spider-Ham. The amazing Peter Porker, the Amazing Spider-Ham.
Yeah, I got it. Oh, I got it.
It was Spider-Man for kids, and all the characters were aminals. It was delightful. I loved it. It was funny. It's funny if you're a kid. And then the second one kind of ties into that slapstick. I really like slapstick. And in fact, like at the end of the 4-issue miniseries he was originally in, they have a crossover with pretty much every Marvel character at the time. Where he's fighting the Atomic Bum.
I'm sorry?
Slapstick fights a bad guy called the Atomic Bum.
Like a hobo?
Yeah. He gets nuclear powers, and he runs around, and his whole shtick in the entire episode is he's asking for money for a cup of coffee, and it goes from like a penny to a nickel, and at the very end, when he realizes his power, he's like, $1 million for a cup of coffee! And everybody, and all the, like, the Avengers and the X-Men and everybody are, standing around like, who's gonna deal with this guy, and whatever, and Slapstick just, like, whips out a hammer and knocks the guy out. And everybody was like, that wasn't very nice.
Wow.
But,
is this a Silver Age story?
No.
I know, it's not like...
No, this is Bronze Age.
This
Close to modern. I think it's right on the cusp of Bronze modern.
That wasn't really fair. The first comic book character I was really into... aside from like Batman and Superman, every little kid is a little bit into Batman and Superman, no matter what. But, I mean, I guess the first comic book character I got into was probably SpiderMan. He had a great, but it was because of his cartoon show on Fox. Like I saw that. No. That's not. No. Is Spider-Man a mutant?
Is he?
No, he's never been a mutant. Jesus. No, no, but it was the Spider-Man.
Radioactive Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's the one. Anyway, I watched that, and so then I started picking up the comics, and it was kind of around that time, actually, that they were doing the Clone Saga in the Spider-Man comics. So I walked right into a shit pile. It was just the worst.
The Jackal, Spider Side.
It's like, man. I was a kid, so I had bad taste, so I was kind of happy with it. But, like, as I got a little bit older, went back and read my old comics. Went back and read
I read my comics.
I read them! Went back and read my old comics. It was just a big, stack of disappointment.
Yep. Welcome to the 90s.
Even as a kid,
X-Men wasn't too bad.
Toward the near the tail end of the Clone Saga, there was a Planet of the Symbiotes storyline.
Oh yeah, it had was it Shriek and Toxin and
I don't know about no, that's a different one. You're thinking of.
I had an action figure though. I remember they around that same time they had symbiotes, different ones that
weren't. That's separation anxiety is what you're thinking. Yeah.
Wait, they have a planet of symbiotes?
Well, yeah, it's an alien.
Don't care.
Okay, well. Well, that's how I would be if I was, but, okay, so the alien symbiotes all, started invading the Earth, and, they'd get on people, and then there were all these, shitty half-Venoms, and, Venom and Spider-Man and the Scarlet Spider, who was the Spider-Man clone, they were all hanging out together, and we're the people best suited to handle this, obviously. And they were fighting, and they just kept running across all these symbiotes, obviously Planet of the Symbiotes. But the point is that even as a kid, I was thinking to myself, I don't know, all these symbiotes hanging around kind of makes Venom a lot less special.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. And that's why not everybody can have gamma radiation powers in the Marvel universe.
Except for all of the Hulk's villains.
Well, right. I mean, that's,
every single one of Hulk's villains.
Look, I mean, gamma radiation can be one branch of the Marvel tree. But not every...
Abomination.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think Red Hulk, wasn't it Thunderbolt Ross?
Who gives a shit about Red Hulk?
He was pretty big news for a while.
Because he was another Hulk.
Well, because nobody knew who he was. And he was another Hulk. He was a Red Hulk.
And then what was really cool is that as soon as they had Red Hulk, then they introduced a She-Red Hulk. or a red She-Hulk. It's like, come on. I mean, it was inevitable, but, can we fucking give it some time? No, you know what? As a matter of fact, I've been reading recently. There was an article I read the other day. This isn't even on our list. This is just something that came to mind right now.
Whatever.
Go
with it. Run with it.
I was reading about how apparently Rob Liefeld was one of the first artists after the institution of the New 52 at DC. Mm-hmm. Rob Liefeld is one of the first artists who kind of stepped out and said, "I don't know, guys, all this new DC shit is kind of bullshit." And everyone was like, "Yeah, but you're Rob Liefeld." And then a bunch of other artists started coming to the foreground. They tried to fire Gail Simone and a few other, like what the fucks. A whole bunch of writers were like announced for projects and then immediately were taken off the projects before it was even published. Like that kind of thing. And so Rob Liefeld was kind of like, the harbinger of all that who was saying it was happening and nobody believed him.
Well,
because he was Rob Liefeld, who's a walking joke on the internet comic book community.
and that's the problem because yes, he doesn't know how to draw hands or feet or torsos or legs or
realistic looking
guns or he's not the greatest artist in the world. But what he did do, and a lot of people forget this, is Image Comics was kind of a big deal back in the day, and he helped Todd McFarlane and a handful of other writers and artists break off from I think at the time it was 32 color comics. Marvel had their code, DC had their code, nobody was going to push the presses any harder than what they had, and everybody said, we want to make adult stories, and we want to put more than 32 colors in our shit. And they got together and made Image. Was it a lot of muscles and guns? Yeah. But was it something new? Did it take comics in a new direction? Yes, and that's important. So, go to Escher Girls and laugh at Liefeld and how terrible of an artist he is, but he really did spearhead some important... it was an important part of comic book history, so,
So, in honor of all that we just said... I'm making Rob Liefeld my person of the week.
Yeah, nice.
For being the man who saw this coming a little bit before everyone else, who's kind of been around. He's responsible for some of your favorite characters.
Oh yeah, Deadpool. He helped in Fabian Nicieza.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He and those two made Deadpool.
One of these years, I think you and I are going to have to go as Deadpool and Cable for Halloween.
That would be the shit.
I'm going to need some help making the cybernetic arm, though. And the toaster gun.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously.
You just get a toaster and put it on the end of a gun. How hard is that? It's just literally a toaster gun. But, let's see. Let's roll back here. My dad said, GTA going for PC would be like that time Kelsey Grammer tried to play a serious role, says Ransom Cole. It's a good callback.
You're paying attention.
That was a good callback. I
Thank you.
That was awesome. It's not really PC. I mean, what would be wrong with? Let me play Devil's Advocate here, or Angel's Advocate, or let me just play Advocate.
He's going to be an advocate.
Why couldn't one of the three main characters be a woman? Now, it's not about PC. If you look at least from what we've seen in the trailers for Grand Theft Auto 5, all three of the characters are scumbags. Like, they're thieves or meth dealers or, whatever. And they're all doing crimes. And, it's GTA. Your main character does crimes. That's what they do. They do crimes.
Pop in disc, do crimes.
But why would it be different if, say, one of the characters was replaced by a woman with the, obviously the same attitude, the same kind of stuff going on? Like, why would that be bad? I don't think... It's up to GTA, it's up to Rockstar to decide what they think is best for their story and whatnot.
Exactly.
Right off the bat, I can tell you that there are a lot of games like Saints Row or Mass Effect where they will allow you to make your, Fallout, they'll allow you to make your own character, make your character whichever gender you want. Mm-hmm. You're free to do that kind of stuff, but from Grand Theft Auto 4, even 3, you had a kind of a nameless guy and they didn't have the technology perfected to be able to customize your shit.
Right.
Or that there was even an interest in that, But then further on down the line, you had like San Andreas and Vice City and 4, and those all had named characters. Like, you can mess with CJ in San Andreas, but you don't, he's still CJ. He's still going to talk like CJ and act like CJ. You can give him a mohawk or, put him in a frilly dress. It doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. He's still going to be the character that they wrote for the game. So what it comes down to is that they decided that there shouldn't be, I don't think they decided there shouldn't be a main female character. They just decided that they'd have 3 male characters.
They just wrote a story that had 3 male characters. I don't think it was...
Should they consider it in the future? Absolutely. I mean, this is, offhandedly... I don't want to say offhandedly, but it's definitely got people talking about... And that's a huge hot button issue in video games right now is women in video games. There was a series of videos released recently about females in video games. There was, everybody's up in arms. Like Dragon's Crown and just a number of different things. Well, yeah, that's the thing. But they could basically, Ransom Cole. You make a good point. If the first female lead was a scumbag, it would generate bad press. I don't think it would be totally bad press.
I think that you cannot please everybody all the time.
Well, let's
and no matter what they did with Grand Theft Auto 5, there'd be a bunch of people who are saying that it should have been this thing. It should have been this thing. I wanted to see this thing.
You're always going to have somebody,
No, I mean...
you're always going to have somebody upset about something, and you know what? GTA, the entire series, has constantly been upsetting people. Mm-hmm. So I don't think I think any press that GTA gets is good press. I mean, think about San Andreas, the original hot coffee debacle, when they recalled all the first prints. Those games are worth slightly more than the reissues, and it got people talking about it. It was in the news. Even if Jack Thompson was fucking, thumping his non-law degree about it,
It makes me chuckle. Thinking back to Grand Theft Auto 3 and the hot coffee thing, or was that a San Andreas?
San Andreas.
The San Andreas hot coffee thing. It makes me chuckle to think that somebody out there heard that there might be some digital titties. What? And that meant,
very close to
I gotta pick up this game, digital titties, I ain't never seen that.
Well, it was titties, but there was also sex. The funny thing is that I believe God of War came out like the next year or the year after. Mm-hmm. And that just had titties in it, and everybody was fine with that. Even in fact, in that game, you do exactly the thing that they pulled the game off the shelf. In San Andreas in the hot coffee part, you see a lot of stuff going on. I guess in God of War, it's implied when you're doing the mini game for the sexing. There's like a nightstand with a vase on it, and if you do the sexing right, the vase falls off and breaks, and it's like, oh, you did the sexing properly. They don't actually show the sexing, but you still see titties. It's still implied enough. And apparently, as far as I've heard from Grand Theft Auto 5, they actually have a cutscene where one of the main characters is railing on a chick. Like, So, it's definitely funny. Digital titties.
I gotta go get that game. Anyway.
Yeah.
I'm taking this from you. I'm hijacking
That's
it.
Fine.
A couple of other news items to talk about. We got 13 minutes left.
Let's do it.
Okay. Jamie Lee Curtis.
Mm-hmm.
She's an actress. Mm-hmm. You may know her.
Mm-hmm.
She's often called one of the original Scream Queens.
Scream Queens.
One of the original Scream Queens. She survived the nightmare that was the original Halloween with Michael Myers.
A fair amount of those Halloween movies.
Several of them, as a matter of fact. I didn't she...
She was an H2O.
I seem to recall that she deliberately had them kill her character for that one.
For H2O?
Yeah. Or the one after H2O. Like, yeah, there's another one after H2O where Michael didn't die again, and and then they.
What?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
I don't think there wasn't. I could be very wrong. I don't think there was one after H2O. Well, besides the reboot.
I'm going to check the facts, Jake. You entertain these good people.
All right. Well, speaking of Jamie Lee Curtis, apparently Arnold Schwarzenegger something. Hold on. I had the segue. Dirt. He is going to be in Avatar 2. I don't. Okay, a couple things. I don't know why they're making an Avatar 2. I have no idea why that's important. And also, why is he going to be like the blue cat planet? Like, are the humans? Obviously, the humans are going to come back. If you've seen Avatar, spoiler alert: the good guys win. Ferngully is saved, and what happens is all the people from Earth go back to Earth, and then all of the Avatar people and the people who love the Avatar people stay on the Avatar planet.
Yeah. There was H2O in 1998, Halloween 20 years later.
Oh, Halloween Resurrection.
And then Halloween Resurrection in 2002.
Yeah.
And I'm going to confirm my suspicions. She's been, she was sent to a psychiatric hospital and killed at the beginning of the movie.
If you let this be a lesson to you. If you survive a horror movie, there's probably a 75% chance that you will end up in the nut house. Mm-hmm. It's happened in so many movies, like Final Destination.
It's such a uncaring...
Final Destination, 2 people make it out of the movie in the end of the movie, and then in the next one, in between the first and second movies, one of them dies and the other one gets put in the nut house.
You can't escape death.
You can't...
Candyman said so.
It's Final Destination.
Candyman said so.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, but no, you jump between points. No, Jamie Lee Curtis, she is heading up a new program on ABC Family. Mm-hmm. It's called The Final Girls. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be about sort of a Charlie's Angels setup where Jamie Lee is in the place of Charlie, and she is trying to set up a team, a 3-person team of other people who have survived like horror movie situations.
So it's like Supernatural with women.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't.
I mean, that's what it sounds like.
Only vaguely. You're
okay. Here's my question. Here's my question though. Are they women that survived horror movies, like actual horror movies, or are they women that survived horror situations within the show? Like, is this
the latter, I believe.
Okay.
Like they're like basically suppose that the events of a horror movie happened in a shared reality that this program takes place in. And
so, like, one girl got away from a killer doll, the other one got away from a spooky ghost.
Right. And they're all together, and they're going to form, like, a unit, and they're going to, try to do good. Using their collective experiences, and also kind of heal themselves together of the trauma and difficulty that comes with being a survivor of a situation like that. That's kind of interesting.
It's kind of neat.
But I have a family?
Yeah, ABC Family.
That's not really a family program.
XY.
That's not really a family kind of program, I wouldn't think. Maybe they're branching out.
Maybe it's like ABC Family Nights. I don't know.
Who can speculate? Only the shadow can speculate.
Only the shadow.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. No, yeah, he's supposed to. I guess they're going to tap him to be the next bad guy in the new Avatar movie.
They're going to come back for the Can't Get It Rarium.
Yep.
And
Unobtainium. It's called Unobtainium.
Isn't that what they called the metal in Armageddon?
It is. What? There was a metal in Armageddon?
Yeah, they made the space drill that goes into the meteorite.
I don't know.
They made that out of a special material.
It might be.
I believe it was you know what? I'm going to look that up.
He's going to look it up. Okay, no, Unobtainium is something that's been used in multiple franchises, though, as a catch-all name for some space-age, rare sort of item, or material, I should say. But no, he's going to be in the next Avatar, probably as like the general or leader of the human military that's certainly coming back. I mean, anybody who didn't think they were coming back after watching that, and anybody who didn't think that there was going to be a sequel, frankly. I mean, with all the money that...
Avatar did fucking gangbusters. So.
It's a guarantee. It's happening. Oh, we're on, what are you on here? TV Tropes? That's a good site.
Yeah, TV Tropes.
Just checking out Unobtainium over at TV Tropes, seeing what that's about.
Where's the movies?
Apparently they don't appear in movies, according to them.
No.
Obviously not. But, so yeah. I don't know. I think what you have with Arnold Schwarzenegger is kind of a rough transition. Because, he built up his career for years and years as your go-to premier action star. Nobody did it like Arnold. And then he became the governor, and he, well, frankly, let himself go. He wasn't in movies. He didn't have to keep up his tough guy body, and toward the end of his administration, he was looking kind of doughy, and he's certainly older, and he's kind of out of practice, a little rusty, and now I think he's kind of having some difficulty, finding a new place in the modern movie world.
Yeah.
Younger guys have...
I'm too old for this.
I'm too old for this. I don't think he is. I just, it's just... I mean, I guess I don't want to believe that the era of the classic action stars is really good and gone, Any luck on this Unobtainium, Jake?
I'm still looking.
He's still looking. But there was another question that was provided to the show earlier by your father. The question was, if you had two powers, primary power and secondary power, not unlike a lot of mutants in the X-Men series, what would they be?
Man, that's tough.
Well, I put a little thought into this over time. If many of you remember, of course, the TV series Heroes, back on NBC, first season, gangbusters. Everything after that kind of just. But I discussed this at some length with my brother and my dad when we were.
Season 2 was all right.
Yeah, before the writer's strike. Writer's strike was really where everything fell down. But no, I've often thought that Matt Parkman's ability was pretty sweet. The mind reading, being able to read minds and do that. I mean,
Still wouldn't like it.
Well, I mean, it's not like it's not a passive thing. It's an active thing. Passive mind reading would suck. Walking around hearing everything everybody has to say. What you want is the active thing, where you have to be trying to listen to any given person's thoughts.
Yeah, I suppose.
So.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. It was not Armageddon. It was the movie The Core.
I was going to say, I think you've exceeded the amount of time acceptable
to back it up.
I found it. He got it in right at the nick of time. The Core.
Oh my god, my dad just said that. Damn it.
2 minutes ago, in fact.
I had the other thing opened up. I'm sorry, guys. My bad. All right, well, we got 4 minutes left. Let's plug the show, as usual.
Oh, yes.
We're a little late right now. In fact, we're not going to be able to stick around for the after the show hijinks. We're sorry. But that means that we'll have more time to finish up this goddamn episode because it is... It's awesome! I'm going to tell you that we're taking a lot of time on this because it takes a lot of time to make an awesome episode, and this is an awesome episode.
Mm-hmm. And this is a big deal.
Yeah, we wish that we had it out now, but within the next few hours, we're going to get it sewn up. It'll probably be there tomorrow.
Late tonight, but probably tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I wouldn't hold your breath tonight. But
I don't want you staying up late just for us.
Whoa.
I'd feel bad.
Whoa.
But okay, so here's the big announcements. I promised a couple of big announcements in the Facebook, and we got a couple for them. A couple for you guys.
Got to get through these.
Number one, right now we're currently in pre-production of a collaborative work that we're going to be kind of doing sideline with Patrick Milson, the movie doctor, and the.
That's all you need to know.
And there's some other collaborators on this project.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All.
But we got a special project.
It's a special project. We're going to be doing. It's the three of us, three groups. We're going to be doing a couple of videos and a blog post, all kind of connected with each other as part of a set.
It'll be a big old network.
We got a growing family here, and we got a lot of people to look out for, and we're looking out for them. They're certainly looking out for us. It's going to be kind of nice. We'll let you know when we have a little bit more information about that. But we're always collaborating, always coming up with new stuff. Number 2, this is a big one. We just started season 2 a few weeks back, and I hate to do this to you guys because I'm the host. I'm the host you have, not the host you deserve. We're gonna be taking a.
Okay.
They deserve better than me. Okay?
Oh, okay, I got you.
I
thought you meant like you don't deserve me.
No, you guys. No. You deserve better than me. But and the reason for that is that we're going to be stopping production on the regular show for a period of about 3 to 4 weeks. About 4 weeks.
Trev's tying the knot.
I'm tying a knot, you guys. I'm getting married.
Let's give it up for Trev.
Hey,
Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks, you guys. Thanks, Jake. I appreciate it. Me and my lovely fiance, we're getting married. I don't want to say her name out loud. You guys know who she is. She's kind of weary about being really on the show in any way.
Right. Continue.
But we're getting married here in early October. We're going to take some time off before then to sew up some plans, some time off afterwards to, go on a honeymoon and all that.
The show's going to be on a little bit of a hiatus.
Yeah.
I have been toying with the idea of doing some solo Jake stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that may be a possibility.
As we
We're also
mentioned,
talking about doing the Let's Play. Let's take a look at the poll really quick. We got
as we mentioned earlier with the Let's Play.
DuckTales got 3 votes. DuckTales is the winner.
DuckTales is the winner. So we're going to be doing we're talking about doing a DuckTales Let's Play. Pretty simple project. We'll probably going to have it out here in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Kind of to tide you guys over. In the meantime, we expect that we're going to be able to continue to do the live show through this period.
Yeah, we should.
Maybe not the last week where we're technically still on. Where we're going to be on, honeymoon. So for the next 3 weeks or so, we should have these out.
Yeah.
So that's the big news.
Yeah.
I hate to do it to you guys. You guys have been so great. Let's we gave it up for me for getting married. Let's give it up to the fans for a little bit here. You guys showing up here every week, encouraging us,
absolutely.
Asking us questions. You're the reason we do this. We love all of you guys. It's a big deal, So thank you for being here with us, and we'll see you here next week. You'll see our new episode 3, Jim and Trev Review Everything, Season 2, out tomorrow. And that's it. That's it. Mm-hmm. So, for Jake and Trev Review Everything Live, I'm Trev.
And I'm Jake.
And you have yourself a great night.